for the audience, break down what is immunotherapy.
Yeah, so it's this amazing class of molecules that's being used now more and more frequently in cancer treatments, and it harnesses the body's immune system to fight off the cancer. I think it's underappreciated that most precancerous cells in our body get picked up and cleaned out by the immune system without us having to think about it at all. Cancers, when they appear, must have avoided the immune system in some way already. And so immunotherapies are really sort of trying to increase the function of the immune system in a way that sort of decloaks the cancer or makes it stop hiding, stop evading. And that's been really effective in the last decade. It's changed a whole lot of different cancer treatments.
You're working on, of course, cancer, immunotherapy, but the microbiome. Connect the dots for us.
The microbiome, it turns out, has a strong effect on your immune system, and that's something we're only really just starting to learn about. It affects many other things as well, such as obesity, diabetes. There's some indications that it affects depression and schizophrenia, other sorts of things like this. But one of the things that we know it affects and interacts with is the immune system, and therefore has this effect on immunotherapy response.
How does the microbiome either make the cancer treatment possibly more effective or not? Talk to us about that.
Yeah. So there's a lot we're still learning about this space, so it's very much in active research. But here's what we know. If you take a person who is about to get immunotherapy treatment, before they start treatment, if you take some of their poop sample, you can tell whether or not they're going to respond.
No kidding.
So, I still sort of find that fundamentally crazy to think about, but so poop sample before treatment, I can tell whether or not you're likely to respond to this treatment. And we know it's the microbiome that's having this effect because we can take your poop, we can put it into a mouse, and that mouse will then respond or not respond depending on whether or not you were going to respond or not respond, and all we're transferring is the poop. But one of the wonderful things about the microbiome is you can change it. You can give somebody a different diet. You can give them probiotics. You can give them prebiotics or postbiotics or a fecal transplant. Or there's so many different ways that are being explored right now. So we want to be able to tell people, you've got this cancer treatment. Let's check your microbiome. Let's say you're in a good state and you're ready to go. Great. Let's start treatment right away. If it's not, well, let's fix it. Let's make it better and give you a better chance of responding. And so how we do that exactly isn't clear, but one of the things we think is really going to be valuable is to say, okay, you need to maintain this part of your diet in order to make sure you have these organisms, and those organisms are going to help you respond. So we just finished a clinical trial where we gave people these little juice boxes of its black raspberry nectar. So it's one of the food products that has the highest density of these polyphenols that we think are going to increase the abundance of this one organism. It's called Akkermansia muciniphila. And that organism is going to help you respond better to cancer treatments. Now, that process is still super unclear as well, exactly how that organism is doing it, but we can tell from these early experiments that it's important. I wonder if we're going to wind up finding that it's sort of like high-intensity interval training for exercise, imagine that you don't want to be in this really active, pro-inflammatory state all the time, but you need it sometimes just to sort of work out your immune system. And so you punch it occasionally, and then you recover, and something like that. So, we often get asked when we're talking about this dietary intervention clinical trial, well, should I just go buy a bunch of black raspberries and be eating those every day? And I don't know, because I worry, we're really trying in that context to ramp up the immune system as high as it can go to really fight off the cancer that we know is there and that we know is being actively treated. But what if that sort of immune system is kind of dangerous to have around all the time? We know that it increases the frequency of these immune-related adverse events, which is like autoimmune type reactions. So you could imagine maybe having the right microbiome to fight off cancer actually predisposes you to asthma or allergies or something like that, but that you want it every once in a while. One of the pieces of this that we really love is that participants in these studies cancer patients or what have you can collect these samples at home, making this level the playing field in terms of healthcare burden is the way we think about it. So you think about older adults who predominantly have cancer, getting to the clinic regularly can be really challenging. To test this regularly should be accessible, and you should be able to figure out whether or not you're in the right microbiome state for promoting the best health at any given time. And right now there's very much this ick factor, and where people would rather have somebody take a bit of blood from their body than provide a poop sample or something. And we're trying to change all that because it's just so much less invasive and potentially extremely powerful in both prediction, but also again in this concept of modification to promote health.